Hey friends, this is Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead, and I just went out in the garden, got eaten alive by mosquitoes, but tonight I'm making chicken and rice, but I'm making the rice separate, and so I'm going to make garden gleanings rice to go with our chicken. Okay, first things first, I want to get my rice started, so I have 1 cup of rinsed basmati rice. We're just going to, oh yeah, that pot still is hot. And now, I'm just going to drain this chicken broth. It's got some meat in it, but I'm going to give that to Gracie. I'm just going to strain, now there's a little over a cup of chicken broth there. So, I'm going to add this cup and a bit of broth to the rice, and so 2 cups liquid, 1 cup rice, a little sprinkle of salt. I'm just going to turn this on to get it hot while we work on our vegetables. This is what I brought in from the garden. I'm going to rinse it off and show it to you. You know, I don't can everything that comes in from the garden. I have here beans, some celery, a pepper, believe it or not, and some baby carrots. So, I'm going to get chopping on them. Let's start with the biggest stuff, the celery. This was celery plants. Oh, need to rinse that a bit more. Whack it on the towel. This was a celery plant that I had some leftover plants, and I just planted them in front of my tomatoes, and I've harvested them a couple of times for fresh eating. We're going to leave some of these leaves in here. Why? Because they impart a lot of robust flavor. Alright, in goes our celery. Even though I rinsed them, they still seem to be wanting to be washed. So I think I'm going to put these on the towel and then chop everything up, put it back in the strainer and wash it again. They say you eat a bucket of dirt before you die, but you don't want to eat it all in one day. Okay. Let's put our casserole dish over there until we have our veggies all cleaned and chopped. Just chop these up. I like my vegetables a little bit on the chunky side, but then I'm not going to have all my teeth much longer, so I might have to start dicing things a little finer. These haven't had time to mellow or anything, but they are going to be bloody delicious regardless. This is all from the garden. We don't get to do that too often. Well, yes we do. We do it all winter long, but it's usually canned or dehydrated that we work with, right? We don't often get a chance to work with fresh. I'm sorry. I am right-handed and my husband is left-handed, so this is the way my kitchen is built. You don't always get to see the angles of what I'm doing. Flip them around. Take their ends off. Our rice is boiling, so I'm going to put it in the casserole dish with the celery there. And continue chopping up my veg and trying to be as quick as I possibly can. I got a nice handful of beans, that's for sure. And now a few baby carrots. And you know what? I have to actually put more rice in that casserole bowl because I forgot I'm using fresh vegetables. And they're going to give off a lot of liquid. So if you're using fresh vegetables, folks, or even frozen, do 1 cup of rice and 1.5 cups of liquid. I'm just going to add. Yep, that's it. That's all I grabbed. Just enough for a little bit of color. Now let's rinse these and stir them in. Oh, look at that. That's stunningly beautiful. And this is going into a 375-degree oven for about 35 minutes. Okay, timer has gone off. Our garden vegetable rice. Let's just have a look at that. Oh, yeah! Have a look at that absolutely beautiful fluffy rice loaded with fresh garden vegetables. All right, let's make up Howard a plate. There's no denying it. He is going to ask for soy sauce, so I'm just going to add some on his plate. Let's start with some chicken. I just seasoned the chicken with Italian seasoning and garlic. We eat a lot of the little drumsticks for the simple reason is there's less meat on them. Now look at this. Yes, indeed. So I'm talking about. Just look at that. All right, we'll be back when Father tries this garden vegetable rice. Now, I have got to tell you, folks, that whatever the rice might have been missing, it's because there's the juice. I'm going to pour some of that. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah. Now. Just wait until he tries that. Okay, this is not about chicken and rice. This is about the rice. Because I went out in the garden and every vegetable, including the onion, in this, a red pepper.
I saw that.
Celery, green beans and onions. And then I poured the chicken broth over top that cooked out of the chicken.
Awesome.
It's garden vegetable rice. And there is a couple of drumsticks and rice left over if you want me to put it in a takeout container so you can take it to the track. Yep. All right. What a bit do. Oh yeah. There you go. Thanks, baby. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead saying, before winter hits, and I'm cooking with nothing but canned, dehydrated, and frozen stuff, garden vegetable rice. Yes, sometimes we do eat vegetables directly out of the garden. Mwah! Take care, God bless.